Is the demise of humanity going to be another ice age? Well, here's an introduction to climate change.
What is climate change? Climate change is a substantial change in a region's average weather patterns, including average temperature, precipitation, and wind. This phenomenon has naturally occurred throughout our planet's history. Such periods as the Ice Age are allegoric possibilities of the degree in a region's conclusive shift. The difference between historic events and current ones are the speed at which these shifts may be occurring. This is due to an increase of human activities contributing to the production of greenhouse gases. Well, what does global warming have to do with climate change? The balance in our ecosystem has been disrupted, and the Earth's climate is currently changing at record speed. This is caused by an increase of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. Global warming is a term used to describe the increase of our planet's average temperature. This does not mean the Earth will become tropical, but rather extreme weather pattern shifts will occur in all regions of the world. This will warm some places and cool others. These processes include more frequent and more destructive natural disasters worldwide. Uh-oh, that's not good. Well, what's causing global warming and climate change? Greenhouse gases and other anthropogenic dark particles in our atmosphere are a direct link to global warming and climate change. Burning fossil fuels for energy is the world's leading man-made contribution. Fossil fuels include oil, natural gas, and coal. We commonly burn coal to produce electricity from coal-powered plants. We use natural gases to heat up our homes. And we burn oil to drive our cars. The second major contributor to the increase of greenhouse gases is deforestation. According to a recent report by the Union of Concerned Scientists, deforestation accounts for 15% of carbon dioxide emissions. This is 5% less than the 2007 report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC. The Union of Concerned Scientists say that the decrease is not due to an improvement in deforestation, but rather an increase in burning fossil fuels, among other factors. What else? I want to know more. Other human activities producing greenhouse gases or contributing to global warming are polluted oceans, dirty snow, not recycling, landfills and wastelands, and urbanization, just to name a few.
But greenhouse gases have been around for ever. And they've been stabilized in our atmosphere. So, what's the difference now?
That's a good question, Monica. According to the IPCC report in 2007, the increase in our atmosphere's greenhouse gases since pre-industrial times are as follows. Carbon dioxide, 36% increase. entering our atmosphere through the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, solid waste, and as a result of other man-made chemical reactions. Methane, 148% increase. Produced and emitted into our atmosphere by livestock and other agricultural applications, through the breakdown of our waste in landfills, and by the production of fossil fuels. These are among the main contributors. Nitrous oxide, 18% increase. Produced when fossil fuels and solid waste are burned. Also through various industrial and agricultural practices. Fluorinated gases, 100% increase. Fluorinated gases, 100% increase. Fluorinated gases, 100% increase. These are synthetic gases greatly depleting our ozone layer, known as high global warming potential gases. These gases are solely created by human activities, such as the production and use of air conditioning systems, refrigerators, and aerosols, just to name a few. It is also produced by the pharmaceutical and cosmetic industries.
How will this affect us?
Climate change will affect all aspects of our lives, from our health and safety to our finances and global economic structure. Oceans cover 71% of Earth's surface, and they play a fundamental part in maintaining the balance of global climates. Changes in wind patterns, along with other factors, are causing altered ocean currents and circulations. These currents and circulations are collectively known as the ocean's conveyor belt. The ocean's conveyor belt is greatly responsible for distributing large amounts of heat throughout our planet. And so this makes it a corresponding factor to atmospheric influences on Earth's climate system. Furthermore, this directly influences the altered precipitation patterns worldwide. Changes in our precipitation patterns will cause flooding in some regions and will cause droughts in others. This can affect many crop fields by hindering growth in some and by completely destroying others. And since crop farms are used as food for people's needs, as well as to feed our livestock, which ultimately is sourced as meat and dairy products for many humans. And so thus, you can see how this results in a chain reaction of world hunger challenges. The droughts have also been the cause of increased wildfires worldwide, burning down homes and crops, among other things. Such catastrophes end up having a negative financial impact to many economies worldwide, as recently seen in the US. Fluctuating precipitation patterns also hinder our fresh water supply. Now listen up and listen good, 'cause we're about to go from hunger to homelessness. 130 countries have developed their biggest cities on lowlands. Sea levels are rising due to increased water temperatures and rapidly melting glaciers. As a result, these cities are most vulnerable to flooding and erosion. Many of these cities are at risk of sinking below sea levels, leaving millions and possibly billions without homes. Urbanization is increasing, And this is triggered by the ever-growing industries supplying the world's pipeline demands. This forces many to relocate to larger cities and puts more people at risk should the sea levels rise. If the threat of hunger and homelessness is not alarming enough for us to wake up to the world's apparent crises, well, what about poor health? As we fill our atmosphere with pollutants, we give rise to increased respiratory illnesses. According to the World Health Organization, over 800,000 deaths result from climate change annually. 150,000 of these deaths result from air pollution, and children are most susceptible to becoming victims of poor ambient air quality. Among the many health issues we are faced with resulting from climate change, ambient air quality is only a fraction of our concerns. We find that climate change is also tampering with the balance of the once powerful natural selection. With so many species of birds at risk of extinction due to extreme weather conditions changing at slower and faster rates. And land animals such as polar bears. So many polar bears have found themselves isolated in the middle of the ocean. This is because climate change is causing the glaciers to melt and drift far off. These polar bears have died from starvation or drowned in waters due to exhaustion trying to find their way back home. These are just a few among thousands of species facing a threat of endangerment. In June 2011, a panel of 27 leading marine scientists from around the world gathered in Oxford. They released an urgent press report on behalf of the International Program on the State of the Ocean, the IPSO. The group compared the latest research and collectively determined that all evidence points towards an inevitable marine extinction event should the existing course of damage continue. This report can be read at the following link. When we summarize these events and analyze the potential catastrophes from around the world over a short period of time, we will see that we are leading humanity to an inevitable course of extinction. After all, what will we do when we run out of our natural food supply? And considering we have already polluted our rivers and lakes, and we have polluted our oceans with PVC and other fatally toxic materials, and since the glaciers are rapidly melting and precipitation has become unpredictable, we are running out of our fresh water supply. Tell me, what will we do when oxygen becomes an endangered molecule? What happens after we've polluted our air so much that we risk the spread of airborne diseases every time we breathe?
Let's stop this right now. What can we do to stop global warming and climate change?
we can slow down global warming, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, improve ambient air quality, and reduce the effects of climate change. We can do all this by adapting better ethical practices in our daily routines. It starts at home. Simple decisions such as opening the blinds during the day to make use of natural sunlight, changing all bulbs to energy-saving bulbs, turning off excess lights, limiting our electricity usage during peak hours, turning down the thermostat 1.5 degrees Celsius in the winter and up 1.5 degrees Celsius in the summer, and finally, minimizing our hot water usage. These are all conscious decisions we can make in an effort to reduce thousands of pounds of carbon emissions from reaching our atmosphere through each household annually. What else can we do? There's no reason to leave the water running while you're brushing your teeth, or shaving, or even while you wash the dishes. We can even take shorter showers and limit the amount of flushes we employ throughout the day. This will save thousands of liters of fresh water from being wasted annually from each household. Let's reduce even more carbon emissions by making better transportation choices, such as fuel-efficient cars, or carpooling, or even taking public transportation. These are all options readily available to us, and these are disciplines we need to practice communally.
Check, check, and check. Now I'm going to do my part to help the environment, but what about government? I know there's a lot more they can be doing. Shouldn't they be putting better laws in practice? Something's not right here. Why has our government allowed the pollution to get this bad?
Collectively, we have sat back and allowed governments and lawmakers to make decisions for us. Greed-driven corporations with influential voices spoke for us. Today's conditions result from an absence of understanding the consequences of individual and of societal actions. The first step is awareness. The second step is making personal changes in our daily lives. The third step is proclaiming our citizenships as Earth inhabitants and asserting our elected officials towards making immediate changes in the way we operate our cities and, on a larger scale, the way we operate our countries. We must have better recycling and waste management programs. It is necessary to infuse alternative clean energy sources to meet supply and demand. It is essential for us to invest in clean water solution programs. And finally, it is absolutely necessary to invest in and develop sustainable plans on how to begin the process of reversing the damage we have already built. And yes, making these changes will be very costly for any economy. However, the devastating consequences of not participating in such changes will far surpass any monetary setbacks.
Oh, can I please say the next one?
You sure can, Monica.
Find out how you can make a personal impact by visiting www.earthreform.org. And for more ways to go green, click on Earth Detox and receive weekly tips on how to better our planet. Oh, and one more thing. And if you want to find out about your carbon footprints, then visit this site right here, right there.